Teacher Jennifer, and I'm going to show you slide by slide how I passed my Level 4 Recreation and Travel mock class interview. Now don't forget, if you're already on to Level 4, that means you're doing a great job as a teacher. So be calm, relax, and do what you normally do in class. You'll be just fine. And I have some tips for you. Number 1, silence is golden. Why is silence golden? Well, in Level 4, students should be speaking about 70% of the time, and teachers should be speaking about 30% of the time. So when we have an imaginary student on the other end, we want to make sure that we give them time to respond, which equals silence. Number 2, ask a lot of questions. Ask the student a lot of questions. You'll see this on other videos. It's no different. And you'll ask the student a lot of questions in the introduction. You'll see me asking the student a lot of questions while I go throughout the slide, extending on the information that's already available on the slide. And number 3 is include lots of props. So I always have props. I love props. And even though they're Level 4 students, it's still easier to understand when you can see something being done. So 2D props are fine. I have some 2D props for how to get to the airport. I also have 2D props for prizes. And I also have some 3D props like an airplane. And I also have a suitcase. But you could also do 2D props for the airplane and the suitcase. There are many videos on that. And you can print that out online. Right, slide 1 is travel and recreation. Here I do the introduction. Hello, I'm Teacher Jennifer. What is your name? Hi, Amy. Amy, how old are you? 9 years old? Great. And Amy, what did you do today? You went to school? What is your favorite class in school? English? That's great! More English for you! Let's go! Next is the reward slide. You can use the reward on the slide and go back to the reward slide, which you should already know if you're a VIP Kid teacher. But you can also introduce your own reward. And these I bought from the Dollar Tree. I love them. They are good for all ages, and the monster gets a sticker if you do a good job. Now, I don't usually use yarn because it's boring, but I grabbed the first sticker I could find. Now, on the next slide, I ask the student to read out loud, travel, and about the Smith family. I use an airplane to show travel. And then I asked extended questions like, have you traveled anywhere? Where have you traveled to? How did you get there? Now I have them read the next slide. Remember, they're Level 4, so they can read a lot. After they read it, I show them suitcase, suitcase, and pack. I packed a watch and an umbrella. Again, if you don't have a suitcase, print a picture of a suitcase. That would be perfect. You can put it in your background right there or wherever you like to hold it. Next slide. Now don't forget, sometimes students make mistakes. Have them read the slide and pretend they made a mistake. Airport. Airport. Good job, Amy. Next is how many books? I ask, how many books are there? 10. There are 10 books. Good job. Can you use how in a sentence? Yes, very good. Full sentence. So here you want to ask the student to use the word how in a sentence. The next slide includes learning the word from. You can always underline or circle a word and ask your student to read the word. So I would underline from and listen. I would circle the plane flies from Beijing to Shanghai. But I wouldn't say that out loud. I would cup my ear. Next slide, grammar. So, on this slide, Meg runs. I underline the subject and circle the verb after I explain what a subject is and what a verb is. And then I underline the subject and circle the verb on this slide for each one as I read them out loud. And then I may have the student read that out loud. Meg runs. Good. Find subject and verb. So here the student gets to underline the subject and circle the verb. Ask the student to do that because we had practice on the previous slide. Underline the subject and circle the verb. Don't forget to pretend the student made a mistake. Maybe he didn't use the entire subject when he underlined it. Maybe he only used part. Now on this slide, the student is going to practice saying ear, and or. So go ahead and say the first part, ear, or, and let the student finish the words. And lastly, we just say goodbye. Goodbye. And you're all done with your level 4 mock class interview. So please follow me on the YouTube link below and look for more videos to come.